casting his vote. Rahul Gandhi had the strange situation where for the first time in the history of Delhi, in the Lok Sabha elections, Rahul Gandhi probably had to cast his vote for the Aam Aadmi Party because there was no Congress candidate from his city. But there is one today, and there is no friendship between the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, perhaps anything but that. So there is a contest on, but which way is it going? Let's open up this conversation. Nikhil Jain joining us on the broadcast to get a perspective on what is going on. I'm going to open this up to Nimi Rastogi of the Aam Aadmi Party, Gautam Seth of the Congress joining us, Bhaskar Ghosh with us as well. Okay, so let me get Gautam in and start with Gautam first. Gautam, first of all, good to see at least the Congress trying to make a show of it, make a fight of it in Delhi. There was only the Congress in Delhi for 15 years. Sandeep Dixit is back. He's fighting from his mother's constituency. Now that the campaigning and all is over, are you a bit nervous today?
You see, firstly, we urge the voters of Delhi to come out in large numbers, vote for whosoever they want to, whosoever they think is good for their future, but they must come out and vote and exercise their democratic right. The Congress has fought this election, taking to people the previous 15 years of development and governance model of Sheila Dixit and committing to bring back the green, good old days that the Delhi saw with Sheila Dixit as the Chief Minister. Well, for other seats, certainly a contest is going on strongly. But one thing, as per the strong ground reports that we are getting, I must say this on your channel today, that on the New Delhi seat, surprisingly, Sandeep Dixit is going to be leading and Kejriwal is being pushed to a number 3. The contest has been now between Parvesh Verma and Sandeep Dixit. Kejriwal has been desperately pushed to a number 3.
Okay.
And that is what the verdict of Delhi is going to be.
Okay, but Gautam, a lot of people say the otherwise. They say that any improvement in performance for the Congress is actually you clawing back votes from the Aam Aadmi Party, and that's a benefit to the BJP, not a disadvantage to the BJP. You are actually gifting potentially seats to the BJP.
No, that would have been if the Aam Aadmi Party would have been in any contest. The vote of Delhi this time is against a leader who has been habitually a liar, habitual of giving excuses, someone who failed and miserably failed to deliver in 12 years. So the contest now is actually between the Congress and the BJP. So it's actually the Aam Aadmi Party who rather would be paying a spoil spot and helping the BJP, not the Congress. So I see this as the other way around.
Gautam, I know it's a bit tongue-in-cheek of me, but it's such an obvious statement of fact that I have to ask you this. Less than 1 year ago, okay, in the New Delhi constituency, Lok Sabha elections, there was no Congress candidate. So the entire senior leadership of your party came out and vote. I'm assumed they didn't vote for the BJP. So all of them would have voted for the Aam Aadmi Party. And now you're saying the Aam Aadmi Party is the most horrible party in the world. How does that make sense?
You see, Rishabh, what happened in the Lok Sabha elections, the miserable kind of a pact that we had to have with the Aam Aadmi Party was a big mistake. They had insulted our leaders, most revered leaders like Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, Mrs. Sheila Dixit, given wrong kind of allegations, nothing that they could prove in 12 years' time in governance. And you know, every Congress worker in the core of the heart wanted us to fight our hearts out against this man, this fraud called Arvind Kejriwal. We are glad Sandeep Dixit has been put forward. We are glad he is fighting tooth and nail. And we are finally glad that what every Congress worker wanted is happening on ground. Mr. Ajay Makan also admitted that alliance as a mistake. And of course, in politics,
okay, but Gautam, help us out with some interesting tidbits, because it was Bansuri Swaraj versus Somnath Bharti 10 months ago, okay, and your party chief, I'm pretty sure he didn't vote for Bansuri Swaraj. Maybe he voted Nota, I don't know. So who did the Gandhis vote for 8-9 months ago, if not Somnath Bharti of the Aam Aadmi Party?
I'm just telling you that you see that sometimes in politics there are regrets and there are mistakes that we make.
Okay.
Mr. Ajay Makan came out in open and admitted to it. But right now what we are doing is what every Congress worker wanted, and that is why you see Congress fighting fiercely on ground,
okay,
and giving tough times to the Aam Aadmi Party and
okay,
the BJP.
So there is a regret, and the regret is coming just months later. And that's the reality of the picture. For the first time in the history of independent India, the Gandhi family members did not have the opportunity to even vote for a Congress candidate for the first time in the history of the independent India. because there was no Congress candidate. And I'm assuming the votes either went to Nota or they went to AAP. So let's ask the AAP. Nimi Rastogi is with us. Dr. Rastogi, first of all the best to all of you guys. I know it's whatever it is, it's a tough job that everybody does, and it's not easy dealing with the trials of public life. How are you feeling this morning? Are you a bit nervous?
Not at all. Absolutely convinced, happy, content that we have fought this election, rather campaigned with lots of hard work and with lots of dedicated, message towards, certain unique government model that Aam Aadmi Party has been launching, as well as our deep connect with the people of Delhi. We know the in and out. We know people of Delhi and the issues like the back of our hand. So we don't reduce ourselves to third-rate politics of subversion, of distributing money, liquor. We don't have goons. We don't have black money to distribute. But we have this connect, deep connect with the people of Delhi that reflected in 53% of vote last time. And this time also we are very, very convinced that Aam Aadmi Party will emerge as the largest.
Okay, so then let me reverse the question.
So relevant. Has been irrelevant, will continue to be relevant.
Okay, so let me reverse the question, ma'am, because I remember very clearly exactly 1 year ago, Sandeep Dikshit standing outside the residence of Mr. Kejriwal when there was rumors that the police is about to arrive and ED is about to arrive and arrest is going to take place. Then after the arrest took place, there was an alliance between you and the Congress. The same Sandeep Dikshit is now out to. He claims to destroy you, to claim back what was a time when his mother was chief minister, whom Arvind Kejriwal replaced. So what happened there?
So you should ask the turncoat Sandeep Dikshit what gave him the confidence to speak in favor of Arvind Kejriwal, and 6 months hence he's speaking, he's spewing poison for Arvind Kejriwal, whereas AAP stand was clear then, now, and will continue to be clear that we only contest on the basis of calm, key Rajniti and nothing else. Our 15-point guarantee for people of Delhi is the only agenda. And we also want, through your channel, request the voters not to get intimidated. Please come out and vote in whoever's favor, but do exercise your democratic right. Don't get intimidated by the goons and by don't get lured by money, because nobody can find out who you voted. It's your prerogative. It's a democracy, and Aam Aadmi Party is trying to reinstate the faith of people in democracy.
But are you concerned, ma'am? And it's a genuine concern. I'm asking just, it's a normal logical thing that, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, there were people who would have said, okay, let's give the Aam Aadmi Party a chance. Okay, you guys are new on the block. You seem to be well-meaning. You want to bring a change in politics, be the change you want to see in everything. But people have seen for 10 years, and some of them might say, okay, we've given you a chance. It hasn't worked out.
So Delhi has grown 2.5 times since we took over, but our government models have actually worked. I would suggest the voters who are going to vote in a government school, go after you cast your vote, please go inside and see the difference in school, in education, in health facilities, in all the other things that Aam Aadmi Party has been able to do, rather than counting the failures or the shortcomings that to some extent we are also admitting that we were not able to clean Yamuna to an extent that we ourselves wanted. So at least try and appreciate the good things that the education has, the entire metamorphosis of education for the future of kids in Delhi.
But most people who either live in Delhi or visit Delhi or happen to pass through Delhi, we don't have to go anywhere. We just have to step outside and take a deep breath, and we can smell the progress for everyone and all the politicians. You can smell it in the air how much progress we've had in North India. Forget Delhi. You can smell it, but no politician wants to talk about it. Be the BJP, Aam Aadmi Party, not necessarily the Congress either. Nobody wants to talk about it. That's a reality check as well. Let me get Bhaskar Ghosh in of the BJP. Bhaskar ji, now it's a very ironic situation here that the BJP should be on the front foot. You have just swept the last election that took place. 7 out of 7 seats once again. So you'd think you are on the front foot, but it almost seems that it's the Congress that might deliver a win by turning away some votes from the Aam Aadmi Party. Why is that there, sir?
Yeah, I think we should go by numbers instead of just putting across what we want and what Aam Aadmi Party has done, Congress has done. In 2020, we have got a total 62.59% of voter in the assembly election, which has come down in 2024 56%. And this shows that almost 11%, I think 50, almost 6%, 6.59% of the voter don't turn up at all to vote the Aam Aadmi Party and forget about Congress, who is standing at 4.26% at present. So Congress is never in the race. I mean, they are not in the race and never in the race. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson was talking about that calm ki rajniti or something like that. What calm they have done? Corruptions, manipulations, malpractices, and to cover up everything is only prevarications. That's what they have done. And over the 10 years, I have been Delhi for last 25 years. So 10 years, Delhi has seen the promise of making Delhi into Switzerland has fall flat. Now the Delhi roads are horrible condition, worse than the village roads. And wherever, whichever department you lay your hand, there is a corruptions. Be it buses, be it under the ground.
But okay. I want to pick on that corruption. Okay, but because let's pick on two things. Can you, Mr. Ghosh, name one senior political leader who has been convicted of corruption at the highest levels anywhere in this country? I'm not talking about investigations and trials. In 10-15 years since Lalu, can you name one guy who's been convicted?
See, conviction is a process of law. We cannot assure convictions. But in last 10 years, last rather 5 years, all of the Aam Aadmi Party's top leaders went to jail on prima facie evidence of corruptions, prima facie evidence of malpractice and everything. So what the government could do, the police could bring them to in front of the court of law. Conviction is not in the hands of the government.
All right. Let me go to the OG. Let me go to the OG scam, the Commonwealth Games scam. We were told. What happened to all those people? Where are they?
Yeah, in the Commonwealth game scam, you see, people was arrested and
how many got convicted, sir? How many people being jailed for life for looting this country?
Conviction is not in the hands of the government. It's not a part of governance. It is a judiciary process. And once we hand over to the judiciary process, they will decide to convict, when to convict, how to convict.
The Commonwealth Games happened in 2008. 16 years ago.
We were not in power since 2000. Since Commonwealth Games, we are not in power. Let us come to the power. This is also one of the sankalp. We have mentioned that all of them who has been involved into the public money corruptions will find its ultimate way. That's what we're talking about. That give us 5 years and we'll make the changes. What changes we have made in Gujarat, we have made in Maharashtra, we have made in Madhya Pradesh, we have made in so many states. We'll make it over here.
Okay, let's wish you the best, Bhaskarji. Let's wish you the best. Let us wish you that the BJP, your party, the party you support, wins the elections in Delhi and forms the government in Delhi. Now, we will have winter will come again, sir. Can you then assure the people of Delhi that if you form a government here in 3 days' time, there will be no pollution in Delhi by the end of the year?
Talking about the no pollutions, of course, there will be less pollutions because there are other factors of the pollution. Is the illegal construction, is the poor condition of the roads and others which cannot.
So, is the roads? It's not the crop fires that cause pollution. It's only the roads.
The crop fire only contribute to very, very low percentage of corruptions. And
really,
we have made the peripheral roads of Delhi. See the quality of roads we have made in eastern and western peripheral roads.
Yes, excellent roads. I've used the roads, so the roads are excellent. Good job to the National Highways Authority.
That is the difference.
But for people who are going out to vote right now, you are saying the crop fires are not causing pollution in Delhi.
No, because the crop fire is causing pollution, but more than a crop fire, illegal construction, the vehicular pollutions and other pollutions also contributing heavily towards the pollution.
All right. Now hold your thought. Let me get Nikhil. Nikhil, I know you're not a fan of the government at the union level, but let's just put politics aside. Should we just become cynical that in the end all of them, they are the same? Nobody wants to address the causes of pollution. Let's face it, the Yamuna is a mess. We are all choked. The roads are a mess, and all the politicians have all turned out to be the same. Nothing. They're all the same.
No, absolutely not, Rishabh. In fact, that is something I keep on telling everybody around me, that to have this notion that all politicians, no matter what party they're from, they're the same, they're here to loot us, they're here to I'm so sorry. They're here to indulge in corruption. I do not buy into it one bit. What I honestly feel is that every political leader, every political party wants to do some or the other good, some more than others, some less than others, some are better at governing, some are not, and that is the choice that you have to make. If you do not like the candidates that are before you, choose the one that that's the least worse. That is what I keep on saying, and honestly, what I've been seeing in Indian politics for a long time, and especially from the BJP and Aam Aadmi Party camp, are that when you talk about policy issues, there is very little policy discussions. There is essentially what you engage in is political rhetoric. Like, for instance, look at the Yamuna issue. That ammonia levels continuously rise in the Yamuna beyond the capacity of the sewage treatment plants of Delhi. But what does the Delhi government do? Instead of installing sewage treatment plants, what the BJP government does not, check the water that it is sending to Delhi. But how that issue is raised in the elections, but how is it raised? यमुना के पानी में जहर मिला के नरसंहार कर रहे हैं, केजरीवाल झूठ बोल रहे हैं. So even when people, even when our politicians are talking about the real issues, they are still not, talking about it in terms of the seriousness from a policy perspective as it should be from a governance perspective.
Okay, so
but they're more
Nikhil,
interested
I'll tell you a real issue.
Chitakashi.
Okay, I'll tell you a real issue. Okay, this is as every man as it gets. Okay, public transportation. We have the Delhi Metro, great example for the country. It's being replicated all over the country. Then we have something called the Delhi Transport Corporation.
Absolutely.
The Delhi Transport Corporation, all the reports tell us that the buses operating, more than 90% of them are unserviceable. You can go onto the street of Delhi, you will see a DTC bus parked on the roadside with a twig tenny at the back because it's not operational. These buses were bought before the CWG games. These matters are in court. It's been 18 years. Now, you and I cannot drive a car that's more than 15 years old in Delhi, but the buses are operating. Now, that's as practical as it gets. But that is governance paralysis, regardless of who's in power. How do we solve these problems?
Rishabh, I think the way to solve this problem is for the voters to start talking about the real issues. How many people do you see, when your reporters have been going on the ground, how many people do you see who are talking about the DTC buses? I've been saying this for a very long time, that I remember when I was 10, 15 years ago, I used to see a lot of DTC buses on the road. Whenever you stand on a big crossing, you would see one passing every 1 minute or 2 minutes. And now I simply don't see the DTC buses anymore. The frequency is so low that it is simply not a reliable mode of commute anymore. And these are issues that should have been talked about. But instead of these issues, honestly, I don't even understand what issues are being talked about. It is just political rhetoric. I think the voters in Delhi would have to be more aware about their needs.
Okay,
and this is what needs to be talked about.
So the good news is it's been a much more peaceful election. There's been no rioting. Polarization has happened in the last few days. Okay. No, I'm cynical. So I tell you that riots only seem to happen before an election or before a US president is traveling. I'm a bit cynical about these things. But it's been quieter. But Nikhil, before I go back to the politicians and take a break, in a practical sense, wouldn't it just be easier if the same government at the center has a government in Delhi?
No, I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. If there is any political party that is deliberately stopping another democratically elected government from functioning at the expense of the people of the country or the people of the state, I don't think that political party has the best intentions of the people of the best outcomes for the people of the state at their hearts. There is no guarantee that if you have the BJP in the state, they are going to work, because whatever they could have done while sitting in the center for the people of Delhi, they honestly haven't. They've tried to stonewall a lot of the works that the Kejriwal government has tried to do. I don't have any sympathies for Kejriwal or the Aam Aadmi Party, but nonetheless, I would have expected more cooperation from the union government, which I have not seen in the past 10 years, and especially so since the past 1 or 2 years.
Okay.
The kind of things that the Lieutenant Governor has been doing is simply not proper in for the post that he's holding.
Okay, it's about niyat for you. Okay, so President of India, Draupadi Murmu, casting a vote this morning. You can see live visuals on your screen. Gautam, quickly to you, and I'm asking a very practical question. Okay, when Sheila ji was in power, there was a Manmohan Singh government at the center. Okay, that does make life easier for a government in Delhi, because let's be practical. That's how the division of power has been done in Delhi, whether people like it or not. if by some chance the Congress forms a government in Delhi, you are going to face the same problems that the Aam Aadmi Party was facing.
No, Rishabh, not at all. If you see the first 5 years of Mrs. Sheila Dikshit in power were with Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji as the Prime Minister
Correct,
of
you're
India.
right, correct.
And I'll tell you a very interesting incident. When she once went to Vajpayee ji for a metro project, and there happened to be a debate that escalated a lot and seemed that the issue will not be resolved. So before coming out, she said, Vajpayee ji, aap chai aur samosa to khila dijiye hame yahan jaane se pehle. So they served tea, they served snacks, and between having that tea and snacks, the issue was warmly resolved. So it is whether you want to deliver or you want to create events, marketing, and excuses out of every opportunity that you get. So it is the will to deliver versus the will to create event management, opportunity, and marketing out of everything. The real difference between Sheila Dikshit and Arvind Kejriwal is this, and this Delhiites are really talking about this all openly now, that Sheila Dikshit actually delivered against every kind of circumstances.
Okay, Nimiji, bottom lines, let's discuss bottom lines. What changes? Let's say you reform the government in Delhi, okay, and it's happened, and on 8th you guys are back. I'm assuming then Arvind ji comes back as Chief Minister. But in terms of the governance of the city, what changes? We are just more of the same. You will say the center doesn't work, center will say you are corrupt. We just continue for another 5 years.
Not at all. Just like the panelists said that, like the lot of projects of Delhi have been stonewalled by central government and LG. We would expect more cooperation. And despite the resistance and despite their sapping our energy into concocted legal cases and, taking away our powers and, stripping us of our basic governance capacity, we were able to deliver certain key areas that we wear it like a crown on us, that we've been able to transform health, education, and also we've been able to give this free ride to the women so that they can go out and work and economically empower themselves. So our plan and policies are right here. I mean, we have the vision ready, blueprint for the next.
Ma'am, the people want you guys to work together. No, they want, the people of Delhi voted BJP at the center. There's no denying that. The people of Delhi 5 years ago voted you in the state. They want you to work together so that when they go out and smell the air, they don't have to choke, they don't have to worry about their babies, they don't have to see schools being closed because the air is too polluted. They want you to work together, and I don't know if changes or not. Okay, so let's
not prefer any confrontational politics. We want to be left alone and let us concentrate on the real governance, on the unique government model that we floated. So we want, we would expect better cooperation, and we will also comply wherever this sort of equation is created. So you can take the assurance from me that we only care for...
Bhaskar Ghosh, does it come across as petulant that if only there is a BJP government in Delhi,